Alright, in today's video we're going to be taking a look at the New Wave Toys Replicade 1/6 scale Qbert arcade machine. Specifically, this is the Warren Davis edition. Now, Warren Davis is a prolific video game designer, but he is the man responsible for Qbert as a whole. He's got a lot of other great video game credits to his name, but this is the one he's most famous for, and specifically the Warren Davis edition from New Wave Toys. This is based upon the pre-production prototype units that was made by Gottlieb, but not actually the ones that were released out as the final production run, not the ones you're accustomed to seeing out there in the arcade. This one has a lot of subtle differences between the final production units, but this is specifically based upon the Warren Davis home arcade unit that he owns in his house. Very few of these pre-production prototypes actually exist out in the world, but this one has a couple of accessories specific to Warren Davis's personal unit where he's put on stickers over the years. New Wave Toys has replicated that in the finest detail. If you want to learn more about the making of this specific game, this specific unit, and Warren Davis and Qbert history as a whole, did a fantastic sit-down interview with both New Wave Toys CEO Shiloh as well as Warren Davis himself last year, and I'll go ahead and link that so you can check that out if you wish. But looking at the packaging, you get all sorts of different looks at the Replicade itself. Like I said, made allusion to earlier, this game over sticker right here. Subtle things that Warren has added to his prototype cabinet that he personally owns. So it's nice that New Wave Toys include those as accessories. HDTV USB connectivity, so you can connect this to a TV and basically turn it into a functional console, connect your favorite controllers, all sorts of things. It also has a fully functional knocker, and it has not one but two games inside because it has the unreleased game Faster and Harder Qbert. So if you're a Qbert expert and you want a little more challenging gameplay, definitely check that out. Packaging looks great, always has that nice bright vibrant colors, and every time I review a New Wave Toys product I always have to make mention of their super collector friendly packaging. It just blows me away the amount of detail and precautions they put, that everything shows up to you looking pristine and has that absolute mint in box, because they put a box inside of a box inside of a box, and they even put little things on top of the box to make sure you're not an idiot with a box cutter and you cut your new box. I mean, it's phenomenal, the details that New Wave Toys not only does in their products but their packaging. So let's go ahead and get them out of the box and check out it up close and personal. Alright, now that we got them out of the box, let's go ahead and talk about the goodie bag of accessories. First and foremost, you get your Qbert instruction manual, and this is made to look and resemble the old operators, owners manuals. So it's got that faded kind of color to it with the dingy yellow. Same thing with the insides of the paper. It's just a super nice touch that they've put in there. Multilingual instructions in here, but instructions on how to play, all the features, the functionalities, how to get into the settings mode where you can manipulate all sorts of great features. So you can turn on or off the attract mode, you can turn on or off the backlight of the marquee, you can make the monitor backlight brighter or dimmer depending on your personal preferences. You can even add scan lines, you can do all sorts of great features. I mean, this thing has all sorts of bells and whistles. It also comes with some nice little added accessories. You got a little game over vinyl sticker, so on the left side of the Warren Davis cabinet it already has a game over sticker, but on the left side it does not. So if you want to have it looking aesthetically matching, you can add this secondary game over sticker. Then we also have a couple of quote unquote cursing speech bubbles. Qbertese, his own little language there, but got these two little speech bubble stickers, and then you've got a couple of added extra stick-on, no-slip grip little rubber feet here. It already does come pre-installed with 4 more, but you can put these on the back side in case you're putting it or displaying it on a shelf somewhere. Then of course you have your micro USB charging cable. And of course with all Replicades you do get these miniaturized Replicade specific 25-cent quarters. Awesome accessory. You can always put them in the coin door for storage, but I love that these always come with these Replicade arcades. So let's go ahead and examine the cabinet itself and talk about a couple of the unique features that make this Warren Davis prototype unit very specifically unique. First and foremost, when you get it, if you're not familiar about the history of this machine, don't freak out. It's made to look weathered. So you're going to see some distress marks down here where you're going to see some stainage on the sides and the bottom of the cabinet. You're going to see some covered up holes here. Of course, the game over sticker to mimic what is already established on Warren Davis's personal unit. You know, we got a scuff up here. These are all meant to look like that. These are purposeful distress marks. Inside over here, like I said, we got some more distressing on the bottom of the cabinet. more holes for the side of the cabinet, what are faux holes. They're not actually there, but they're, fake printed on. You got a white stain, a couple more over here. Again, another scuff up here in the corner. I mean, they did a really great job with the details, and of course you have your little, legal license endorsement there, or your prototype unit sticker. You got, some wallered out drill holes there. Then you've got your vent up the top here. Of course, your power button, your LED light indicator, your volume wheel to turn the volume up and down, caution sticker, your speaker back here with a nice little touch of the metal lock. Danger high voltage, your HDMI out, letting you know that it does require you to hit fit on some HDTVs, so if you want to adjust it correctly to proper aspect ratio, you may have to use the fit setting on your HDTV. You got 2 USB inputs, that way you can connect a standard controller or a gamepad if you want to play that way. Although Qbert, known for its 45-degree angle joystick, it's going to make your gameplay experience with a gamepad a little unique, so just be prepared for that. And of course your micro USB charging port. Like I said, this does not look like the Qbert arcade you probably grew up playing in the arcades, and that's a good thing in my opinion. New Wave Toys made one of each. They made the Warren Davis editions in limited quantities, and they also made your standard Qbert arcade that was released in the arcades and your full production unit. So you can get either or both if you're like me, because that's what I did. I got one of each, had to have one of each. I just adore the history behind this. Another unique feature, we have the raised Gottlieb door here on the front. You got light up LED, 25-cent token doors there. You can open these doors. Another thing that kind of makes this Warren Davis prototype a little more unique, since they weren't finalized with the actual character design. You'll see on the control panel graphic here, it is slightly different than the normal production unit, but Qbert looks slightly different here than he does on the Marquee, than he does down here. That's because they weren't 100% done with designing Qbert's look, so he'll look a little bit different here as opposed to here, as well as up here on the lit Marquee. And the lit Marquee, of course, has a much different design than the production unit. You've got the cursing Marquee, as it's affectionately known by fans, but it is very different than the production unit. And of course, the graphics on the side with the sun rays type of thing, that looks completely different than the production unit. Subtle differences throughout, but the gameplay itself, the core mechanics of the game, everything is going to be the same. You do, like I mentioned previously, have access to not 1 but 2 games, the previously unreleased Faster, Harder Qbert for the more challenging Qbert experts out there. Gameplay is going to be the same as always. You've got to move Qbert up and down the pyramids to change the colors of the tiles, to go ahead and advance to the next level. And you may or may not be able to hear it because of my microphone being far away from the machine, but this actually does have a built-in pinball knocker. That is authentic to the Qbert arcade itself. Very nice feature. Qbert falls off the pyramid, you hear that pinball knock on the side of the machine, and they included a miniaturized pinball knocker inside this machine to keep it faithful to the arcade, which is an amazing touch. I mean, I own a full-size Stern pinball machine, and to this day they're selling for $7, $8, $9, $10,000, and they don't even put pinball solenoid knockers inside those machines anymore these days for quote-unquote cost-cutting measures. So to see Replicade have a pinball knocker inside this cabinet is amazing in this day and age. So enough talking about it, let's go ahead and test it out, test out the gameplay, and connect it to an HDTV and see how that looks and performs. Alright, we got the HDTV connected to the Qbert arcade via HDMI. As you'll notice, there's no image displayed on the arcade. It's only projected onto the television. Got a Sega Genesis retro throwback 6-button USB controller. Nothing too fancy, but we'll go ahead and see if it works. We're going to hit the select button, see if it inserts credits. Looks like it does. Enter a couple credits. Start button should start the game, hopefully. Lo and behold, it looks like it works. Now, I would expect the up and down, directions not to work on this. And then, yeah, as expected, only the diagonals work. So, control scheme and everything is authentic to the actual gameplay experience. So, if if you're looking to play this on a big screen TV or something like that, or connect a gamepad, just make sure you've got a good functioning D-pad and you'll have a good time. And that does it for this video review. I'm absolutely ecstatic I picked this one up. Like I said, I also picked up the standard Qbert arcade because I love these Replicades, and I just thought this was a nice touch, a nice little piece of arcade history. I love my purchase. I love everything about this, so highly suggest you pick one up. If you're interested in one of these, definitely check them out. newwavetoys.com. I'll put a website link down below so you can check them out next time they are in stock, because these do sell out rather quickly. And that's it. If you enjoyed the content, make sure you hit that like button. Share this video with your friends if you found the information helpful. And as always, thanks for watching, guys. It really means a lot.